looking at my boat here, although we had some kind of a problem with the replay. It's got some weird clipping going on, but you'll see in a second. So when I zoom in, see it kind of clips into the water there. But anyways, what I'm looking at here are the guns. All the guns are 360-degree turrets. Then we've got the 2 triple launcher torpedoes, 4 kilometers each. They're the front turrets in the front there. It's a pretty nice little ship. It's got some good AP and good HE. So now I'm going to speed it up. We'll get to the action a little bit sooner. As you can see, I'm kind of jetting ahead of the whole fleet here. I'd say I'm quite overextended, actually. My closest ship is 5 kilometers behind me. Not a great idea. But it works out okay in this example. When I round the corner here, there's only 1 enemy destroyer nearby. There it is. It's detected. And I'm able to engage without having too many other ships, and had AP loaded from the last game. Not a great move there. But I use my smoke screen to disengage. Try to get away from this guy, as he's got way more supporting ships than I do. Think about launching torps in case he's going to charge my smoke, but decide against it since the 4 kilometers really probably won't even reach unless he's inside my smoke screen. So I continue to reposition, move back a little bit. My team is still way behind me. Looks like about 10 kilometers back for the nearest cruiser. But I do have this destroyer with me, and he spots the enemy destroyer, and I get a couple shots in right here. But then he drops off detect. Pretty good hit there for over 1,000 damage, just 2 shells. And now I am ready, waiting for him to pop out the other side of the smoke. There are his torpedoes. Misses me by a little bit there. So I close the distance. I'm guessing he doesn't have torpedoes now. And he emerges from the smoke. Get just 1 hit there. He may have other torpedoes by now, so I don't want to get too close. Drop the torpedoes just in case. But main battery takes him down. And hey, there's his other flight of torpedoes. A bit behind my position. Yeah, and one of my torpedoes actually hit his flaming wreckage. I'm gonna speed it up here because it's just kind of a little boring time. Didn't really have anything to shoot at, had to reposition. Tried to take some shots on this ship here, but all of them missed. That's fine, he got beat up pretty bad. Now it's time for me to reposition into the middle of the map, but you can see my team is still in one big clump in the middle of the back there. So I have to keep in mind I don't want to get too far overextended in this. At any rate, what do? I charge up behind this island. Torps are on target, and there he is. Full health, double flight of torps. I take a shot there, not a great idea, because now I'm spotted even though I'm in smoke. Remember, this guy does have torpedoes, but I get him with 4 torpedoes, send him back to port. And this is where I have to move a little bit because I think he might have some torps on the way. And I don't want to be spotted because, again, I'm quite far forward from the rest of my team. So I just peek out ahead because there was that destroyer up in this area, try and see if I can get a glimpse. Oh, and there he is. Fire off a few shots, but I'm too late. He goes down to the bottom. Sneak back into my smoke screen just to cut off line of sight. And wait here for a second. See what I can pick up any damage, but smokescreen is running out. Soviet smokescreen is very short compared to the US smokescreen, so it's time to move on. I haven't been spotted since I torped that cruiser earlier, so these battleships have no idea that I'm up here. I decide to take my chances and overextend yet again. Gonna move up behind this island here and see if I can catch one of these battleships off guard. So I arm my torpedoes, that way they don't have a indicator that I am aiming at them. And they keep dropping in and out of detect, making it a little tricky. There's also this sinking wreckage to my right here, which could block my torpedoes, so I've got to be mindful of that. Now the arcs, firing arcs for the Soviet destroyer torpedoes aren't the greatest. I mean, they're gunboats. But I back up a little bit to give myself the proper angle. And at this point I noticed his health is pretty low. Probably only need to use one set of torps, but it would be a gamble, because I could miss. He drops off detect, I wait a second and launch. And go full speed ahead to try and avoid being detected. But I'm detected anyway. Cruiser over there to my right. Too late for him though. Catches 2 torpedoes and goes back to port. So full steam ahead, I'm going to go for my second kill here. We've got the Ismail right around the corner, just 3 kilometers away. Making a rush for it. He might get 1 salvo off, but I'm going to make it so I'm so close, it won't matter. Second flight of torpedoes that I did not use on the last battleship. Send a peppering main battery, but didn't need it. All 3 torpedoes hit home, sends him to the bottom.
Our team has taken the lead. The ship is on fire.
So I would say I've been overly risky in this game, and this next part is no exception. I decide, hey, why don't I take on this cruiser? What's the worst that could happen? With only 7,000 health left, I'm feeling a little bit aggressive. Take some shots, and he disappears. Seems I was the one spotting. Of course. So now I've got to flee my smoke screen, and I do so a little bit too hastily. He does have hydro, but it's 4-kilometer hydro. So I could have repositioned in the smoke a little bit and then exited through the rear. His first salvo misses, thankfully. But as I'm turning, the next salvo hits me pretty hard and lights a fire. Burning down fast here. Second salvo, just 1 hit. And it looks like I might escape with just 5,000 health left. All my shells shatter on the nose. It's just not really worth it. I'm going to use my smoke screen to hide, and then I'm going to speed this up as I'm fleeing the scene. So send torpedoes into the smoke screen just in case he's coming straight through, and then hightail it out of there. But it seems like he had the same idea, and he's... So I sit and ponder my life choices. And that's when I get some advice from my teammates. They encourage me to go after this guy, and he also decides that he wants to come back for his flag. So this is how the showdown finally happens. I've got a smoke screen ready. I wait for him to come just about into detection range, take a shot,
Generator started.
hoping he will fire back, and he does. Now he's been detected. Ooh, and I lose another 2,000 health right there. Again, all shatters on the hull, but I'm just going to keep on firing. Maybe one of these will happen. Set a fire. He's going to slowly burn down here, hoping that I can get him with that. Set a second fire, hoping that he will use damage con. Expecting him to turn out, I used AP. All ricochets off the nose. And now he's getting close. I've got to time this very carefully as I am very low on health and just a couple of shells could end me. Prepare the torpedoes. Wait for the last minute as my teammates are rooting for me to take down this last guy. He's very low. Launch 2 sets of torpedoes. And then again I fire prematurely. Come on to detection. He turns and torpedo hit to the nose. That's game.